Christopher, what was your reaction to the podium from last week?
I thought it was fine. I think that it has potential to be very, what's the right word? I think it has the potential to be very entertaining if you have guys that, get into each other. The way that race played out, obviously Shane was by himself, I was by myself, and Chase was by himself. So we didn't have any confrontation, but I think if you get to the end of some of these races, it could be very entertaining to have the top three up there.
So would you like to see more of it at like a short track that's a little bit more competitive, I guess?
It would definitely be, I don't know. It's not for me to decide, but I think it could be some good content. And
there's a lot of buzz about Dale Jr. being on top of the pit box this weekend. I know it's kind of a publicity thing, but is that something, first off, how difficult is that transition to make from driver to crew chief?
I wouldn't have any idea. I would assume that he's got guys in his ears that are calling him through the race and letting him know what to do, and he's just the message relayer, but I really don't have any idea.
Is that something you would ever do?
Maybe if I got the call, but not in the next couple of years.
Gotcha. Thanks, Christopher.
Thank you.
So there's that video of Carson being confronted by Ricky Stenhouse, and then you're just kind of in the background taking it all in. What was going through your mind when you saw RSJ approaching him?
I was getting out of the car, and Ricky was going pretty fast. So I figured he was going to see something, and I definitely wasn't going to miss anything that happened.
Is that something that you have seen before? Where has there ever been other opportunities for you to kind of you see a driver approaching another driver, and you just know something's about to go down? You just kind of want to take it in. Just wasn't going to miss it. Really, that's all. Just in case something happened. And finally, Dale Jr. there's a lot of buzz about Dale Jr. being on top of the pit box this weekend. I know it seems like it's all publicity, but still, how difficult is that to make a transition from driver to crew chief?
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be an eye-opening experience for sure, seeing it from that side of things. I saw some of his comments on it. I kind of hated to hear that they don't, as an owner, they don't feel as involved as they are, because the ownership is they lead the whole company, right? And him and Kelly do such a great job at JRM. So I hate that he feels sometimes that he's not involved in that company, because they run the whole show. They make everything happen. They get the drivers and the partners and all the personnel. So I think it'd be a fun experience for him, and hopefully it goes well.
Is that something you would ever do, crew chiefing?
I don't know. Earlier in my life, I thought that might have been my path, but to be here now, I'm not really sure.
Thanks, Josh. So, what's the story with the sock?
I went to Mexico there, and I was getting ready one day, and I was getting my luggage unpacked, and that fell out. So, let the team know I had one of David's socks, and Holly and my car chief thought it would be a good idea to put it in the car. So. Yeah, it's been riding along. It didn't give us quite what we needed in Mexico, but maybe going forward it'll give us some more.
So where was it? Where was it in Mexico? Was it hanging from the roof?
We had it right on the door pad, stuck in there. Yeah. We got to move it around, change the luck up a little bit each time.
Yeah, maybe that'll help this.
Help it out a little bit.
Where is it this weekend?
It's on the roof this week. Yeah,
it's like dangling from the roof.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a little better up there.
That's funny. How do you feel about today? Looks like you're fourth right now out of the first half.
Yeah, it's okay. I wish it would have been a little better lap. Kind of missed one, I feel like, and gave up some time, but our balance is good. Our speed, we need a little bit more. Looked like the 11 ran a 1 there, and I don't know if I could have picked up that much, but so we're there though. I think the balance is good. Hopefully tomorrow it'll be good as well, but it's driving close to how I wanted. It just needs a little bit more speed.
Well, this place has always been good to you anyway, regardless of what you run, even go back to your ARCA days. So does it help knowing a baseline of what you're looking for in the car to help relay to Ben?
I think so. Anytime you go somewhere you're comfortable is nice. Definitely feel comfortable here. Other than the tunnel, I don't know. I've never practiced qualifying. I never feel good through there, and then the race never bothers me. But I think definitely just knowing what you need, what you want, helps a lot. You're not trying to nitpick everything. You're just focused on one or two things to be better. And I feel like that's kind of how this place is for me.
There's some buzz around about Dale Jr. just being on top of the pit box this weekend. I know it's like a publicity thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying it is, but is that can you kind of tell how difficult that transition must be going from a driving role into a crew chief role?
Yeah, it'd be tough. I've never done both at the same time. I've never done one or the other, I guess. Trying trying to crew chief and call the race and drive the car is really tough. I can tell you that. It's almost impossible, it seems like sometimes. But yeah, sitting up on the box would be hard. I think at times you'd feel like you'd be wanting to drive the car and you're watching the guy. I'd imagine that you'd be trying to think he should be doing different things than what he's doing. So yeah, I'm sure that'll be tough. I think Dale's personality fits pretty well, though, that he wouldn't do that too much, but it'll be fun to see him up there.
Is that something you'd ever want to do again?
I would one day. I love the cars, and I love learning about them and working on them, and so this level, I don't think so, but maybe a little lower down, I'd love to give it a shot.
Thanks, Eric.
Where'd you do it?
I've done both and some late model stuff just in the past, and found really quickly that was not going to work for me. Just trying to call the race and know what's going on, and also call adjustments and keeping up with everything is really tough, and so I couldn't really keep up with it enough to do it. But that's been a few years. I gave up on that pretty quick.
I feel like the conversation for the last couple of months has been about the uptake of performance across Legacy. Where do you feel like that stands now as we're 10 races left in the regular season?
Yeah, I feel good about it. I hope it keeps going. I think we can't be stagnant. Been obviously really good on the mile and a half stuff. We have good speed here. Seems like we need to take more than maybe what we have, but I think it's okay. Just can't be stagnant. You know, like Brian, our director at the shop, he said hard work rewards more hard work, and it's pretty true. And so just want everybody to keep pushing and keep making it better and better.
Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Come back more for some great racing video content. And if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.